Well, welcome back to another episode of PlayBack commentary. I didn't think I'd be making this playback commentary and like this. I always figured I'd be making this playback commentary on Hunted Part 3 when when the video was done, but I guess I guess this works too. Um for those of you who don't know or didn't see the last video, I have canceled my Hunted series. Um, I've canceled it because I've kind of lost the passion behind the project, and I just don't have the time to finish the project since I will be. This will be my last year of high school, and I will be moving on to college, and I just don't have the same time I have to complete this series as I did with Crusade of the Anaconda a few years back. So yeah, this one's gonna be a tough one. For the last video I did, the I'm sorry video, I got really I got in a funk after I uploaded that video when I hit publish, and then when the comments rolled in, you guys were very helpful and you guys were very supportive of me and my decision. And I appreciate you guys doing that for me. It was really uplifting. Yeah, I'm still sorry, guys. I couldn't get it done for you guys, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Anyways, let's get this started. All right. So you guys probably saw this little scene in that April Fool's video I made, which received so much backlash. Yeah. So we got Nero and we have Harumi looking over a sleeping Garmadon. And what was supposed to be happening is we were going to kind of learn that Nero has been pulling the strings, so to speak, on Garmadon. He's been the one that's kind of been manipulating Garmadon. And then Harumi would be, threatening him, telling him if he could make a permanent trance on Garmadon. Yeah. We would have had Nero being voiced by the lovely Mia and Harumi by one of my friends at school. And then we would have gotten this dream sequence that kind of explains a little bit of Garmadon's motivation for, doing what he's doing.
No.
He's confronting,
No,
Omega.
no, you can't.
And, this is
You
kind of
can't be
foreshadowing
here.
as to what
You
Garmadon's
can't be here.
nightmare would be. That's losing his powers, obviously,
What
like
are
in
you
the
doing?
official Hunted series, and then
No, please,
he would have,
please,
Omega
I
would
beg,
have
please.
obliterated Ninjago, as you can see here. Kind of like you saw on the Clutch Powers video where he obliterated Shima. Then we'd cut to Lloyd here, who's in a funk, and then he'd just be looking at his phone. This would be like a little montage of pictures of him and Harumi, because he would be, thinking about Harumi, and that's why he's kind of in a funk. And then Griffin Turner would show up and kind of ask him, what's going on, how's he feeling, and things like that. And, Lloyd would brush it off as though it's, nothing really. I really like some of these angles I got. It's a really cramped set, though, and with Lloyd's room for the Ninjago building, but yeah. It's cramped, but I think it's nice. It's a nice little room. So yeah, sad Lloyd. And then, we'd be visiting this little character arc with Nia and Camille, who, for those of you who don't remember, Camille was my Samurai X, and she revealed herself in Part 1. Part 1, Hunted Part 1, Samurais. And this would kind of be Nia and Camille would be butting heads. And she would say something. Nia would say something like, I don't think Camille should go on this trip. And Camille would get kind of sad because, this is her hero. Saying that she can't do this. And, she'd get a little mad because she's been Samurai X for a few years on her own and things like that. As you can see by her hair turning different colors. turning like black, and then red for anger, and then things like that. And then Skylar would have talked Nia into, trying to be nice to Camille, of which you see Nia's trying to be nice to her, but Camille's going to brush her off. And that would have been like the kind of character conflict throughout this episode for these two characters. Kind of just, a misunderstanding and whatnot. And that would have kind of been the big arc of the episode, would have been these two. I really like this set I designed for Samurai X. All the suits in there. And there you can see her hair's turned blue because she's sad, She just looks, yeah. And then she turned her hair back to black. And then here's Ronan. Man. This would have been, his introduction to the episode. There was going to be a different scene with him, but, I kind of thought this would be a better introduction for him. As you can see, he's got a ultraviolet here. And then, for those of you who don't remember, I had a little short Ninjago video with Skylar and Ronan, and this was going to tie into that. But the episode didn't come out, so it's here that we find out that Camille had been orchestrating a plan, a plan of attack against Garmadon, and that's who called Ronan to bring in Ultraviolet. And Lloyd's in his suit now. And then we see Camille shape-shifting. This is where Ultraviolet would have said something, like, you're not going to win. You'll just die like your friends. And then Lloyd, as you can see here, he's going to get really angry at that because all his friends are gone now. Or at least to him, they're all gone to him. And, he's about to hit someone who's tied up, And, you can he's kind of feeling all that anger and tension. And he just, would really want to hit her. But he doesn't. He doesn't, because he knows it'd be a little petty to do so. And then Ultraviolet would have said something else. And this is where Camille would have revealed her plan. And then, we'd cut to the Hunted Realm. And that dragon that Jay was mentioning in the part 2, this was the dragon he was talking about. Yeah, I didn't get the other dragon. I'd rather use that dragon. Then we got a nice shot of the hunter camp where we see Iron Baron and they have captured a little Woo. He's got a little Woo. I really like that knife animation. It's a little choppy, but I think it fits for this. I kind of wish I had the official. Well, I wish I kind of had that official looking Faith hairpiece that came in that Batman set, but I guess this one works. This kind of long, bangish hair. And then here we have Iron Baron. He's kind of explaining the world, how the Golden Samurai, who was the first Spinjitzu master, defeated the Oni and allowed the dragon hunters to kind of exist in this realm. And then little Wu would then ask, Iron Baron if they could borrow a dragon to get home. And then Iron Baron would, say, no, I wouldn't give you a dragon because the dragons are what protect us from the Oni. And things like that. And then, Iron Baron's trying to convince him to become the Golden Samurai, like the first Spinjitzu master. And then he shows him kind of a portal of Ninjago. Because Iron Baron wants Wu to defeat Garmadon and become the Golden Samurai. And, little Wu is kind of conflicted on that because, if he becomes the Golden Samurai, he can, ride Firstborn home and get everyone there. But he doesn't know if he can, he doesn't want to trust Iron Baron, and he doesn't want to fight his brother because, he's turned young and his brother has come back. So he kind of wants to live a happy life with his brother. But, he can't. So this right here, back in the throne room, is kind of what Camille's plan was, to have Lloyd pretend to get captured by Ultraviolet, who's secretly, Camille, and then bring him to Harumi. And for those of you who remember back in part 1, the opening scene where Ultraviolet is ready to attack that city, but she tells, everyone to stand down, and everyone, says to her, "Yes, Your Highness." But she says, whatever, because she doesn't respect Harumi. Ultraviolet doesn't respect Harumi. But, Camille doesn't know that, so Camille would have said, "Yes, Your Highness." To which right here, Harumi would get suspicious of, what's going on. Then we'd have some random fighting action. And then we cut to Camille and Harumi. And Harumi has, this button that's supposed to, send the whole place down into lockdown, because she thinks that there's, a spy here. But she's going to let, Ultraviolet do it, just to test, to see, what's going on, if this is the real Ultraviolet. And Camille chooses to not do that. And now they're going to have this little fight. I kind of like this shot here where she's slowly getting up and revealing herself as Samurai X. To which, Harumi has another button because plot. And then sends the whole place into lockdown. And then we were going to have a scene in which Lloyd and Garmadon discuss what's going on. But, that didn't get filmed. So now they're just going to fight for a little bit. And then immediately cut back to here. Back to the first realm. Where little Wu is going to try to steal that teapot, because it contains traveler's tea. And he knows that he could, open a portal and sneak through back to Ninjago. The question is right here, Muzzle would have walked in, and Wu would have had to hide, and Muzzle would have taken the teapot and opened it and gone to Ninjago, as as Iron Baron instructed him to do in the previous episode. And then, little Wu would have been stuck there, and now he really would have had to, just stay there and train to become the Golden Samurai, even though he wants to be a ninja. So, that's kind of how it would have gone. For the rest of the episode, I had planned for Camille and Harumi to have a big fight. And, I would have had I would have had Camille try to just fight Harumi by herself. Camille would have fought Harumi by herself, to which, she would have failed, and she would have gotten beat pretty badly, Camille would have got really beat really bad, because, Harumi would have just brought up a bunch of things about Hutchins, because Hutchins was Camille's father in my series, and they would have, Harumi would have dropped the mask of hatred and said to Camille that, you and I aren't so different. We both lost things. And she would have had a choice to either call for help from Nia, ask Nia for help, or put on the mask of hatred and join them. But that didn't get animated, unfortunately. And, Nia would have come and helped out Camille, and they would have beat Harumi. And then, at this point, Nia would have called for a retreat, everyone pull back, because clearly they're undermatched against them. They can't beat them. And then Lloyd would have got angry, and he would have taken the mask of hatred and put it on, since, he doesn't have his powers, and try to fight Garmadon and Harumi together. But Griffin Turner would have, grabbed them and then ran them out of the temple. This is where Lloyd would have got even madder at all of them for taking him out of the fight, even though he could have potentially ended it, since, it was kind of a trope in the show that Lloyd could just beat all of the bad guys single-handedly. But instead, I wanted to throw that on its head because, Lloyd clearly can't do that, but he thinks he can because he's done it so many times in the show. So I wanted to flip the script, and then that would have kind of been where the episode ended with all the first realm stuff with Little Wu, because, he would have been forced to have to stay and train to be the Golden Samurai. So, ah, man, that would have been Hunted Part 3. Oh, if only. If only, man. That, part of me was thinking, I should just try. But I can't. It's the last day of summer for me. I can't do it. I just can't, man. Once again, I'm sorry, guys. And I know this was a sad playback commentary. I'm sorry, guys, but I just hope you guys I hope you guys enjoy this and you guys felt inspired by this series to, continue on and do all these things. And yeah. Anyways, guys, see you guys in the next episode of Playback Commentary. See you guys later. Bye.